Hi guys, Jammies again. But it's January 1st. I'm making my special that anybody that's ever had it, which isn't a lot of people, love it. I make stuffed pork chops, and I have black-eyed peas because we're in the South, and I have baked potatoes going, and I also have made a cherry cheesecake. But people don't know how to do stuffed pork chops, and I just make it the easy way, but it's going to be good. I got these pork chops. They are beautiful. They're rib. They're very thick, and I cut a little pocket in it. I'm going to show you how to do that because it's really easy, but look at that beautiful pork chop. It was like, for 4 pork chops, it's a lot of weight. I think I've got it right here. And I bought it at good old Publix. They were $2.24 in each package, and it was $4.58 a pound. That's really not that bad because I just paid $8.89 a pound for pot roast. So anyway, I'll get to the next pork chop. You can see it's just real thick. I have a boo-boo on my finger that I cut myself the other day. Pretty bad. So I'm being careful. But you can see how big it is. You go to the fat part, and you just go in there with a sharp knife, and you just start slitting it. And I make it pretty good because I want a lot of stuffing in there. And you can make your own homemade stuffing, but I just bought stovetop pork stuffing. And then what I did is I put a little bit of applesauce in it. Or you can put part of the Granny Smith apple. But see, it's real easy to open that up. So that's 2. And I'm making 4. 1 is plenty for a person. Plenty more than you could even eat. Let's see if I can move this so you can see me cut it. But sometimes somebody has a big appetite, or you like leftovers. My daughter's coming over today, so she'll be getting one of these. And again, it's real easy. These are the rib pork chops. You can ask your butcher to make the pocket, but usually they don't make a very big pocket. They make like a little hole, and I want to put a lot in there. So, and if it looks like it's not big enough, just turn it around. And I just cut it through the fat up to the bone. And if you get the rib, it's going to have a good bone. I mean, that's a good pocket. Okay? And here's the last one. My cat's kind of excited. I think she would be liking to be number 4. All right, here we go. I started up at the pork chop part, and I just go in. Just don't get your fingers, guys. I went right to the bone, my bone, and I screamed a lot. My husband was very good with Band-Aids. I don't know if I could have gotten stitches because it went on top of the finger, clipped the fingernail in the middle of it and went down to the bone. Okay, that looks good. All right, so there's your 4th one. Okay, and before this happened, I got 2 Granny Smith apples, and I cut them in half, and I cored them. Don't do this too far ahead because they do turn brown, but I poured a little salt on them. That keeps them from getting brown. I really don't like having my hands feel yucky, but I'm going to rinse them a second. I'm a hand washer. I can still talk to you while I'm back here. I hear my robot beeping. I guess she's coming back out. And I don't want to get any of that pork juice into my finger. It's been about 3 or 4 days since I did that. I'm hell on Christmas and New Year's cooking. Okay. I don't put anything on there. All right, now this is my stovetop stuffing. It's going to probably be a little bit hot for me to work with. But I made it just like it said. I put a little bit less butter because it's going to get a lot of juice from the pork chops, as you're going to see. But what I didn't put in butter, I put in applesauce. I had those little small applesauce things, and I put maybe a half of one in. And I want to get my stuff together. You need toothpicks. And I have a hard time with these toothpicks. I'll take a few out because you don't want to be touching them with pork fingers. You can't, if you get too many, you just throw them away. They don't cost that much. All right. And you need brown sugar. And again, I'm going to put this in a bowl because I don't want to be putting pork fingers into the brown sugar. This brown sugar I had left over from baking my cookies for Christmas. Okay. I mean, I don't know how much you're going to use. I like it to be enough. I could always pour more in. Okay. So you open up your little, I think you can see this. Yeah, you open it up. What do I got in the way here? You can see that. What is this? Oh, that's my phone. Okay. So open it up. And I just shove as much as I can get in there. And you can see it's not going to be a whole lot, but more than if they made them. And I guess you could always try to go in there and put a little more, but you can push it in there pretty hard. I do like my pork chops. And what I do on the end is I put them hole to hole, and then I can stuff a little more pork chop on it. Yeah, it's not too hot. And if you can make your own concoction, your own dressing. I have used the same dressing I make with turkeys, but I think the pork kind of wants its own flavor, so you just kind of shove it in there. And, it's going to be pretty heavy, but you can see that's a lot of stuffing. So I'll put that one back here and pull one forward. And I really, really hate touching meat. Ooh. Except with my mouth. I love meat. Alright. Some of our, I guess you could see it's in my pot here. Probably you could put smaller spoonfuls and get it done different, but I'm kind of slopping it in. Kitty, you're not going to get any of this till it's cooked, but I'm sure I'm going to give you a bite. If you want to see something cute, I made a real cute video of her last night. It's on YouTube, of course. I had my computer on and I was trying to look at my finances, and she decided she wanted to come up there with me. So I put it on cat videos. And the first one I put on was some cats, and they were hissing and growling and fighting. And she looked at me and she started hissing and growling, and I got scared because, you know, she's kind of a new cat, Pinky. And I thought, if she gets scared, you don't know what a scared animal's going to do. So I quick changed it to birds. Ooh, she loved those birds. She tried to get in my computer. But I do have, if you like animals, I do have a lot of videos on that. It's all under that Karen.Manus@gmail.com. And I enjoy everybody watching. I'm about to go on a cruise. My husband's staying home, but my daughter and I and her friend are going on a cruise. So I'll probably be filming some of that. Okay, here's another one. I mean, that's a hefty pork chop. These pork chops are not the faint of heart. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm putting them hole to hole. So the so the stuffing doesn't, I'm going to show you in a minute when I get it all done, so the stuffing doesn't push out. But I think one box of stuffing is just about right for 4 pork chops. What's that, Bill? Oh, that's my robot. She's making all kinds of noises today. We're all working. We don't care if it's a holiday. It was a terrible thing that happened in New Orleans, and it scares me because that's where we're going out in next month on a ship. My daughter and her friend are wanting to hang around the town and look for some parades, but I'm nixing that. I've toured New Orleans. It's a great town. I love going through the cemeteries, and I like taking the little trolley cars and everything, but it's kind of dangerous at night. I've taken my grandchildren and everything, and people were yelling at me, telling me to get the kids out of there, so I guess they knew more about it than I did. You got people sleeping on the street, and of course they're poor and they don't have anything else. Some of them look a little bit alcoholic, and some of them are alcoholic. Some of them are just poor and don't have any help, and I like to help them, but I don't want to take a chance of getting hurt. And if you're from New Orleans, I'm not dissing your city. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Same thing there. Wonderful, wonderful city. I grew up there in the 50s when it used to be the richest city in the world because of the cars and, all the manufacturing and all the famous people that were there. And it's still a great city, but it had its problems in the 60s, like a lot of big cities. They hit Cleveland and I guess Los Angeles and Chicago, and it just was a scary time. And if you're young, I guess you don't remember how bad it was, and if you're older, you probably forgot. But I remember all of it, and I didn't like it. I was scared. I love Detroit. I love Michigan. I love all my family. But I just feel a lot safer down here. Of course, we got Birmingham, and that's not a picnic either, but the bigger the city, the harder you fall. Okay, now I've got to get my pot out of the way. Can I wash my fingers? I just like to wash my hands all the time. Wash not, want not. Maybe that's not what it's supposed to be, but I get scared. I don't like germs. There's germs all around us. But if you can avoid some of them, especially pork and poultry. Okay. I'm going to show you how these look so you can get your idea. It's very easy. You see how I got them hole to hole? So if anything falls out, it's just really going to hit the other side. All right. Now this is the good fun part. You take a half apple, get all your seeds off. These are Granny Smith. I'm kind of loving Granny. I'm Granny Karen. And I put 3 or 4 3 or 4 toothpicks around it to hold them on. And you don't have to eat these apples, but it cooks a wonderful juice into the meat. I like the apple. I usually eat it. It's good for you. Apple's always good with pork anyway. It's got a certain amount of sweet to go with that pork flavor. And the thing about this is it looks like you've done something really hard. It's not hard, it's fun. You like my new jammies? My daughter got them for me for Christmas. They're very comfy. I usually don't wear pajamas to bed, but this has been a cold winter. And I've been wearing them. Yeah. Just make sure it's on there. I've got my oven at 325. And what I did is, about a half hour ago, I put about maybe 8 pounds of potatoes in there for bacon. And I always put extra because then what there's left over, tomorrow I cut them up and fry them with onions and have them with my eggs for breakfast. American fries. So I think ahead when I'm cooking. I try to. I'm going to throw these toothpicks away. Okay. So now what you've got, pork chops with apples on top. They look like little porcupines. Okay, now I go in here and I get a hold of this brown sugar and I shove it down into the holes. And some of it's going to fall in the pan. That's fine. It makes like a real nice drizzle. But I try to shove quite a bit in there. It goes on the pork chop. That's fine. And it makes its own little flavor. Oh, it's so good. Brown sugar. I'm not careful. It's not going to hurt anything. It's pretty much like putting brown sugar on your ham. You know it's going to melt and dribble down. But a lot of this is going to dribble over that pork chop. And I think my mother made this one time, and I thought it was the greatest thing. I don't remember her making it again, but I was pretty old. I got married at 20, so I was probably close to getting married when she made them, and I think she found it in a cookbook or something. I'm not sure my dad liked it. He liked pork chops. He didn't like sweet stuff. He didn't like to mix his flavors. To me, this is just wonderful. And if you don't want the brown sugar, you don't have to. Some people might put cinnamon. I don't want cinnamon on my pork chop. But I'm just going around, and it kind of shoves itself down when it gets into the wet apple. So I try to put a little bit more in there. Plus, I don't want to waste all this sugar. And it's just luscious. I got a pretty good amount on there. And it's what goes down in there, that's about all I'd have left. What goes down in there will make a nice juice. You can put that over your pork chop. I don't usually. I think it's enough what's left on there, what dribbles into the meat. Somebody here wants to try that. Somebody here is wanting to try Mommy's food. What you doing, baby? Huh? What you doing? What you doing? You want some food? She's just the most delightful cat. I am so glad that I rescued her. All right, now you can see my oven. And I put them in there. I think I'm going to cover them for a while. With foil. If I can find it. I never have foil. Yeah. That's wax paper. Well, maybe I don't have foil. Come on, Karen. All the shopping you do and you don't have foil. Oh yeah, here's my foil. Here is my foil. It's like a shopping store here. I've always got everything most of the time. Oops. Oops. Come on. I'm not good at starting it. Come on. Come on. There we go. And I'm just going to lightly cover it. kind of like a tent, like you do your turkey. Oops, I didn't show you what I was doing. I had it turned too. I just got it lightly turned, kind of like your turkey. And I'm going to put it in the oven with my potatoes. These potatoes are doing good. I hope 2 of these fit side by side. All right, let's see what we can do here. Yeah. Oops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think one of the pork chops is hitting. There, we got it. Okay. All right, can you see all that? It's 3:25. And I'm going to show you what else I made. If I can get you out of here without turning you off. All right. Let me turn you around. Now, I live in the South. You know that we have to have black-eyed peas on New Year's Day. So I had dried peas, black-eyed peas, and I put them in there with, some thyme and some garlic and onion and 1 chopped up carrot and 3 or 4 pieces of bacon, some chicken broth, and salt and pepper. I put a couple hot peppers in there because I like it a little bit spicy, but not. And that's probably ready, but I just keep it on low for the rest of the day. And I have a cold. I'm sorry I keep sniffing. I got it yesterday. And then this is the last thing. My cherry cheesecake. I don't really want to unwrap it, but maybe I'll unwrap the corner and you can see it. There it is. I'm not a real big cheesecake person, but if it's a light cheesecake, that's what I like. All right, well, that's pretty much my New Year's dinner, and I'm going to sneeze. Oh, please don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. I'll try to sneeze after I get off camera. I need to sit. And I know my hair is really ratty. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it. It's too long, but I can't have real short hair. So I'm hoping that it'll thicken back up. I've cut back on my Ozempic, and they said that was just temporary. Phew, got a hiccup. So I'm hoping that it'll go away. And I mean, the effects of it will go away, and I can get some hair back here. I didn't ever have luxurious hair, but I had nice hair. And it was thick. It was always fine. But anyway, I'll let you see my baby. She's just decided she'll take a little nap till dinner time. Again, take in some of those videos of her. She has got a lot of personality. It's under the same thing as I am right here. And I sure do enjoy talking to you. It gives me something to do in my life because I'm 79. It's not like you can do a whole lot of things when you get older. I try to do a lot of things. I did join the gym yesterday. I guess I should have told you that. We had a new gym here. What's the name of that gym? Phil? What's the name of that gym we just joined?
Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. And I got the black card so I can use their tanning beds, which I don't use much, but I'm going on a cruise next month and I'm white. And then I like to use the they had some massage chairs that water runs through them. Ooh, I love that. But I like the treadmill. I walk outside every night, but it's just getting cold and I'm getting old, so I think that I need to do a gym. I belong to Silver Sneakers until today, Blue Cross, Blue Advantage is what I have for my insurance, and they've always been so great. But for some reason, they cut out my silver sneakers, so I can't get into Planet Fitness for free. But I got a good deal on it, so we'll see what I can do. I don't plan on getting any thinner, but maybe I can get some of this extra skin to go back to where it should be, or at least not jiggle around so much. Anyway, this is 25 minutes. That's probably 22 minutes more than I should do. You've probably hung up on me already. I love you. Happy New Year, and pray for America. It's going to be better. It's going to be a good year. All of our people are going to have prosperity, and eat some of your black-eyed peas and some greens. I don't do the greens. I forgot what they're for. What are greens for? Phil, what are the greens for?
I don't know. It's just a tradition that's been around forever.
I know it's a tradition, but the black-eyed peas are for money, so I'm getting those black-eyed peas. Love y'all. Bye-bye.